Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a push for prayers after a car crashes into a home.
There was at least 5 kids watching TV in the room.
The local family lucky to be alive.
Keeping Virginia drivers safe on the roadways. The new law taking effect this summer.
Lessons learned after a house fire.
It was pretty surreal, like everything I owned was burning up.
The local state trooper whose son helped them escape the flames.
And good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm John Carlin.
And I'm Rachel Lucas. A 2-year-old boy is fighting for his life after a car crashed into a Franklin County home.
10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett spoke with the landlord and shares a message from the driver.
I don't know how they survived. Really don't.
Landlord Glenn Frith in disbelief inspecting the wreckage after a car crashed through this Franklin County home Tuesday night.
Did you show up and think somebody must have died?
Yes.
Virginia State Police say it happened just before 9 when the driver of this red Ford Mustang ran off Foggy Ridge Road through 2 fences, barely missing this building and a massive tree before hitting the home. Frith got a call from his tenant about the crash and rushed over.
But as soon as he got right here at the tree, he seemed to went airborne at that time because of the roots of the tree, and kind of got up higher and went through the entire house.
Police say 6 people were taken to the hospital, 3 adults and 3 children. All have non-life-threatening injuries except for a 2-year-old boy now fighting for his life.
He was in the crib, but got thrown out of it into the next room.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
After Frith got to the scene, he says he drove 4 people to Roanoke Memorial Hospital so they could be with their family. Wednesday, I spoke with the driver, Joshua Wright, on the phone in between his treatments at the hospital. He says he had a seizure behind the wheel and doctors just diagnosed him with epilepsy. Wright says he's only worried about the family and is asking for everyone's prayers. Frith calling it a miracle.
To look at everything, you would probably think 4 or 5 didn't make it, but they did. Thank the Lord for that.
State police are still investigating the crash.
The landlord tells me that this home is likely a total loss. Reporting in Franklin County, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
New details tonight on 2 high-profile acts of gun violence. The Lynchburg police chief says the shootings last year that killed 16-year-old Terrion Marshall and 6-year-old Kingston Campbell, who you see there, could be connected. Both crimes are still unsolved and happened in the same area just over a month apart. Police also wouldn't tell us why they believe there is a connection between the 2 cases.
Charges are pending against a former law enforcement official tonight. We're told the Allegheny County Sheriff's Chief Deputy Chad Wickline resigned after leaving the scene of a car crash. This happened on April 13th on Interstate 64. No one was hurt and no one else was involved, but it wasn't reported until 2 days later. The sheriff says Wickline, who previously served as the Clifton Forge police chief, chose to step down.
Turning out to the forecast tonight, where after a cloudy start to the day, we are seeing some more sunshine. It's pretty nice out there.
And we will take that. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here now to show us the cool down that's ahead. Jeff?
Yeah, temperatures are going to fall into the 60s for most of us here over the next couple of days, only to skyrocket into the 80s by late this weekend. Want to show you the radar, and just over the last 30 minutes or so, we're starting to see just a couple of little showers developing. One along Highway 29 in Pittsylvania County, another one just to the north of South Boston, and we've got a couple situated in Giles, Bland, and also in Pulaski counties. One rain cell right along Highway 42, another one right along Highway 100. They're small, they're not doing much, but nevertheless, we are not completely dry like we were about an hour and a half ago. Now, the patio forecast showing that we're going to cool off and we're going to see clouds continuing to decrease as we head throughout the course of the evening. Temperatures at 11, eventually falling to near 60. Now, on Thursday, that will be a dry day for everybody. Had isolated showers this morning, a couple right now. Tomorrow, we're dry. Temperatures start tomorrow in the 40s. By 8 a.m., we're in the lower 50s. on our way up into the upper 60s. Overall for us on Thursday, morning sunshine may give way to a few more clouds later in the day. Now, as far as the next big thing come next week, it's the heat. We're going to have highs in the 80s from Sunday through Wednesday with a little more humidity and very low storm chances by the middle of next week, maybe about a 20% chance for a stray thunder shower or two. Rachel?
We're following breaking news tonight out of Roanoke, where we have just learned that a child was hit by a car. It happened on Shenandoah Avenue between Peters Creek and Hemlock Road. We're working to learn more. Stay with us for updates.
And new at 6 o'clock tonight, a local state trooper and his family are sharing the lessons they learned after narrowly escaping the house fire that was just on the screen beside me here just a moment ago. 10 News reporter Sydney Jackstimer spoke to him about everything he lost and the new perspective he gained.
This is the Nicely family. Their lives were changed the morning of March 1st when their oldest son, Carter, was woken up.
Woke up to the heat. I tried to turn my light on, it wouldn't turn on, and it was bright outside, and it just clicked like it's 5 in the morning and it's bright outside, something's on fire. So I went upstairs and woke up my mom and dad.
The porch was completely on fire. The flames were shooting up by the upstairs window.
Well, the Sharon Volunteer Fire Department is less than a mile down the road from the Nicely's home. It was too late. The house and everything in it was a total loss.
So your room was over here?
Yes, ma'am. It was on the right corner of the house.
Anthony Nicely has been in law enforcement for 20 years. Although he's responded to lots of emergencies, he never thought this would happen to him and his family. He's using this experience to teach others about fire safety and ways to prepare families for emergencies.
The lighters for the upstairs windows, placement of the smoke detectors. When talking to my youngest son was getting a window open. Would he have known how to get the window open? Would he have known how to get a ladder out? Would he have known which window to go to get away from the heat? So things that honestly that comes kind of second nature to me being in law enforcement, kind of took for granted, got lucky, and just want to get the message out. Get out.
Lucky and as quick thinking as 16-year-old Carter.
Yeah, he kind of credits you for his quick thinking. Proud of him?
Yeah, definitely.
Reporting, I'm Sydney Jackstimer, 10 News, working for you.
Car insurance can get pretty pricey, but up until now, it hasn't been a requirement for Virginia drivers. But that law is changing this summer. 10 News reporter Abby Coleman is working for you tonight to explain what happens if you don't get a policy soon.
A long-standing law is changing for Virginia drivers. Now, before you get behind the wheel, you better make sure you have some sort of car insurance, or else you could lose your license. Virginia is one of the last 2 states in the country to allow drivers to go uninsured, but not for long. Previously, you could pay a $500 uninsured motorist fee to get around getting car insurance. But starting July 1st, you'll need to have at least the minimum state liability coverage. In Virginia, that's the 30-60-20 rule. $30,000 in bodily injury coverage per person, $60,000 in bodily injury coverage per accident, and $20,000 in property damage per accident. Dennis Holdren is the owner of Hannibasson Row Collision in Roanoke and says the change is a long time coming.
They're innocent bystanders. They get hit. They got to get their car fixed because they don't have no other choice. So they don't have any type of other way to go back after it. So the uninsured person is really kind of left free and clear.
If you don't have insurance by July 1st, you risk losing your license, having your vehicle registration suspended, and could face hefty fines. In Roanoke, Abby Coleman, 10 News, working for you.